Incredible. All this energy. I've never felt anything like it.
And I still don't like it. Whatever's behind the door, we need to be wary.
Any thoughts? We have no idea.
No.
I'm sorry?
Whatever is in there, you, the pariah, needs to face it alone. It's what I saw in the vision, and thus, it's Aenir's will.
Isn't this exactly what we should not do? Split up?
It doesn't matter. It's the Allfather's will, and we will obey.
I don't like this, but all right.
Have you lost your mind? No way you're going in there alone.
What do you want me to do? There are purity priests all over the fortress. If this is what he wants, we'll do it.
Wise words.
All right. Then let's just get this over with. Just stay put. I'll be back. No turning back now. Will do. Tiara's breath.
My child. Finally.
What is this? Who are you?
Your mother. I'm your mother.
Wait, you... Say that again?
I'm your mother. You are the blood of my blood, my child, my daughter. And you finally come. You've come to save me.
I don't understand.
I'm your mother. The quiet man, Isamo. He molded you from my blood. And after all this time, you finally heard me. Please, child, sit down. I believe we have a lot to talk about. You are silent.
Yes, I'm sorry. All this, it's a lot to take in.
I feel the same way. All those years I've spent in this slumber, only to wake up and be experimented upon by your father. To be given a child in some grotesque, unholy ritual. I still wonder if this is really happening. Or maybe just a strange dream.
I'm afraid it isn't. Why is it that you call Isamo the Quiet Man?
Well, I did not know his true name until years after my awakening. And before that, he hardly spoke. So this is what my mind always called him.
So, you've been in this stasis until I came here, and I somehow set you free?
I was awake, but at the same time I wasn't. Whatever the quiet man did after he woke me, it left me in this haze. I didn't see, I couldn't move, but I could hear, and I could could feel.
That must have been horrible.
It was, and there were times where I just wished that he would finally end it.
Why can I understand you? We don't speak the same tongue, do we?
We don't know, but you joined your spirit to the Nexus, didn't you? Our minds are connected. Thus, I can hear you, and you can hear me.
I still can't believe you're a Shaper.
Shaper. That's how the Quiet Man called me too. We called ourselves the Zarlunde.
I know, but how is it possible that you're still alive? Your race, I thought you were extinct.
Yes, so it seems. I was unaware of this until the Quiet Man told me.
But how did your people die? And how did you survive?
I do not know how my people died. Believe me, child, I have spent a long time wondering. As for your second question, it is a long story. I was one of the Ulas caste, the scientists, the scholars, the priests, and like many other Zalundeb at that time, I was taken by the Scourge.
The Scourge?
A disease. It had been ravaging through our empire for over a decade at that time. It ate us up from the inside.
But you survived. How?
Through a ritual, an experiment. The idea was to freeze my body until a cure would be found. Looking back, I wonder why I was so eager to keep living. I was just a power-hungry woman who had no one to mourn her death. By the face of time, it's strange to tell you this. Millennia have passed, but some of the memories are still so lively, so real.
Then the experiment worked?
So it seems, only that when I woke up, I was here, bound to that altar, looking into the Quiet Man's eyes. Our minds do not seem to be so different. So I believe you can imagine how I felt. It was terrifying, like a nightmare, one that would never stop.
What exactly happened when I touched your hand earlier? How did I wake you?
You don't know.
How should I?
Yes, how should you? I am sorry, child. For some reason, I continue to expect you to know all those things I would have taught you. If things had been different. You see, a Shaper does not always have that connection to the essence the Quiet Man was looking for. When they come of age, there is an event called the melding. The child, guided by her creators, unlocks the potential slumbering within. Your father, he did not know this, which is why you could never give him what he wanted.
So this is what happened? You performed this ritual on me?
It's less of a ritual, but something that happens with age. It would have happened far earlier if we had not been separated. But yes, by taking my hand, we melded. And the energy that was set free also lifted my curse. Or at least parts of it. I am still unable to move.
But what does that mean? That I can now access the essence?
No, the melding only provides the child with a key. Finding the door is a lifelong quest. But yes, deep down inside you have unlocked something. A potential for the enormous power Isamu had been looking for.
You said that my father created me? What is that supposed to mean?
I am not sure if I can even give you an answer to that. But I will try to explain. See, my child, the quiet man, Isamu, I do not think he ever considered me a living being. What he saw me as was a tool to the essence.
The essence?
The source of all magic. Your father's race, they are only able to access a glimpse, a twinkle from an endless sea. We, the Zalonthep, were different. We have always been closer to the essence. We had understood how to harness it, and that had made us powerful.
So you're saying that my father wanted to use you to gain access to this essence?
Yes, he was obsessed with the idea of gaining power, and to him, I was the key. But what he was trying to do, transferring my aura, my powers onto himself, was impossible, and he realized that quickly.
Why was it impossible?
Because an aura is as unique as a person's eyes or their fingertip skin. It cannot simply be put on and off like a helmet or a glove, and it dies with its owner.
Which is why he tried to find another way to gain access to your powers.
Yes, he tried transferring my energy to a talisman, to these flesh creatures he created, and countless other ways, but it was all in vain. These experiments went on for years, and even though I couldn't see and couldn't speak, I felt it all. Then he created you. His train of thought was simple. If my aura could not be transferred, it could be passed onto my offspring.
But how is that even possible? A shaper and a human?
It is possible. The way we conceive, how we bring forth new life, it is different from what you are used to.
How?
It's complicated, and I do not want to talk about it with my own child. What matters is it worked. Down here, on this altar, I gave life to you, to my first and only child.
So this is where the nightmare comes from, isn't it?
What nightmare?
Ever since I was a child, I had these dreams. I think I saw this place, the creatures my father created. The images, they were so vivid, so real. But whenever I told Isamu about them, he just shrugged it off. I always felt they were connected to something that had happened a long time ago. Now I know.
Yes. That is possible. Quite often, our dreams remind us of the things we have long forgotten.
So I'm half shaper. How come it doesn't show?
Once again, this has to do with the way we conceive, but I do not want to talk about it. I hope you understand.
What happened then? What did Isamu do?
He took you away. For what purpose, I do not know. But it is evident that it did not work. Even through you, he could not obtain access to the essence. As for what happened afterward, that is a question you are more fit to answer than I am. And once you freed me, I want you to tell me all.
But I still don't understand.